Welcome to our Teacher Connect launch event today. We are so glad to have you with us. As you may know, we have been focusing on various aspects of our acronym S.P.E.C.I.A.L, and today we finish the journey by looking at E for enjoyment. We will take a deeper look in a moment. Please sit and relax. Hi, everyone. My name is Eunice Letsobe, and I am the Provincial Coordinator for Limpopo and Mpumalanga. I will be your host for today. I've been with Ecubed since 2021, June, the 9th to be exact, the 9th of June 2021. And what excites me the most about DBE Ecubed is teachers saying, Eunice, we have been waiting for this program. We want to see the change in our classrooms, and we are ready to see a transformation with our learners. I am sure you're curious yourself to know what this means for you. Stay with us and we'll be there shortly. Now, before we dive deeply into today's topic, I want to remind you to book your time with us for next month's event. We hold a monthly town hall meeting on Teacher Connect Lounge, and each event has a specific theme. Next month, it will be the 19th of October, and it will be all about you. Our theme is Celebrating Teachers. Remember, you can stay updated by signing up on Teacher Connect Lounge. Let's move on to today's exciting program. To introduce this topic, I'm going to ask you to just close your eyes. Think back to a time when you faced a learning challenge. Doesn't matter if it was work-related or if it was maybe for recreation purposes. Can you remember how you felt when you were unable to do this thing? Do you remember how you struggled? Remember that feeling? Do you remember feeling like giving up? What kept you going? Okay, so now I want you to fast forward to a time when you succeeded in learning. Do you remember how you felt when you got that aha moment, when you felt like finally I got it, that sense of accomplishment? Do you remember how satisfied you were? So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the feeling of enjoyment. It's not just about the high fives. It's not about the pats on the backs. It's about the deep satisfaction of conquering a challenge. In the world of learning, these moments of enjoyment are like unsung heroes that keep us moving forward. Enjoyment in learning is not just about having a good time. It's about understanding sessions and actually grasping the moment. It's about the deep joy of overcoming obstacles and tasting the sweet taste of success. That's what we are talking about today. Remember to please note your questions in the chat box. But in the meantime, let me introduce our panelists for today. Mrs. S.P.E.C.I.A.L, please do switch on your camera, and Mr. Samuel Ngosi, please switch on your camera. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Town Hall. Please do unmute yourselves and introduce. And obviously, we will start with ladies first. So, Mrs. Ngibata.
Actually, it's Miss S.P.E.C.I.A.L.
Okay, sorry, ma'am.
It's Miss S.P.E.C.I.A.L. I'm a teacher from in the Ilembe district. The name of the school is S.P.E.C.I.A.L Primary. Thank you for inviting me to be one of your panelists. It's been and it is the DBE Ecubed. It's a journey of discovery and rediscovery for me as a teacher, for my learners' abilities, interests, potential. I'm rediscovering something new each day due to this journey that we are embarking on. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Ngiba. And apologies again for that mistake. Mr. Samuel Nkosi, please do you switch on your camera and introduce yourself to the audience? Mr.
Hello.
Nkosi, we can hear you. Yes. Hi, sir.
Hi. My name is Samuel Sipo Nkosi. I'm an educator at S.P.E.C.I.A.L Primary School in Mpumalanga Province. Fortunately, I had to know Sis Eunice when she was visiting our school. The program is very, very, very welcoming even to parents, because we have to interact with them through our newsletters, and they welcome such initiative. And in our parents meeting, we also introduce the program. Are you hearing me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you very well, sir.
Thank you very much. And they were very
Thank you
welcoming.
so much.
Yes, thanks.
All right, now let's quickly jump into it. I can see that we have the old generation and the new generation on this panel. So I'm going to ask you quickly, how would you have defined enjoyment in the classroom in the 90s versus how you would define enjoyment after you've gained knowledge in PBL? Anybody would like to go first?
Let me start.
Okay.
Yes, I'll go first. Well, it had to be outdoors. Enjoyment had to be outdoors. But now enjoyment is also in the classroom during effective and purposeful learning. But there's also enjoyment. Enjoyment that comes from the fulfillment from our learners, from achieving the goals that they are set for them during the lesson or during the week, because we tell them that the goal for this lesson is this and this and this. This is the objective. And when they achieve that objective, you can see the enjoyment and how they interact with each other. It shows that enjoyment cannot only be outdoors now, like it was in our time, but now they can enjoy themselves while learning purposefully and effectively in the classroom.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that answer. Mr. Nkosi, would you like to share your thoughts on that topic? The 90s versus the 2000s.
As someone who started the teaching career in 1992, so you can say the question fits us perfectly well. And nowadays, our learners are so inquisitive. They are inquisitive in our township lingo. So whatever lesson you give them, there is a why. So in terms of enjoying, because in the grade 7 I'm teaching, there in our project, there is this puzzle stuff. Our learners, they excel, they enjoy this, and at the end, because the mindset that I have inculcated to them that everything they have to do has to do with the 3 E's. At the end of the day, everything must have in their mindset that at the end, long-term goals, mid-term, it has to do with entrepreneurship, education, and the other E's. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I love the fact that both of you are leading me to my next question, which is more of a teacher observing a learner. How does it feel observing learners transitioning from being dependent to being independent? Because obviously, with the old teaching methodology, they depend more on you for answers. But with project-based learning, they are more hands-on and we encourage them to actually ask questions. I love that Mr. Nkosi already said that this generation is the Y generation. So as a teacher, how do you feel, observing that transition from being dependent to being independent?
Can I go first, please?
Okay, Mr.
Okay.
Nkosi.
Yes, as someone who's also serving in the SMT, I have taught my learners, grade 4, grade 7, to be independent. Whether I'm in front of them, I just give the instruction and they interact within the task itself. I am driven by them, by the initiative that they are taking as far as the content that the educator is giving them. Unlike before, where I have to be centered around the information, but now they are also teaching me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Ma'am?
My take will be, firstly, the feeling, heartwarming, more than anything. Fulfillment for me as a teacher. As I've said before, it's a journey of discovery and rediscovery. So we are rediscovering new things due to this, I would say, turn of events. Because now they can tell you, like when using mind maps, they can tell you which mind map to use and why do we have to use this mind map. And the most fulfilling thing is that even the learner who is struggling, they will try by all means to say something because they know we are just brainstorming here. There's no right or wrong answer. So they're enthusiastic. They want to say something. They want to achieve something for that particular lesson, no matter how difficult it is. They just throw themselves out there.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please do remember our topic for today is the E in the acronym SP.E.C.I.A.L. We are talking about enjoyment. Now, I don't know. Sometimes teachers would say when the kids are enjoying themselves, there's usually a lot of noise in the classroom. Everybody's on the chairs making so much noise. Can we say that self-discipline is actually an indicator of enjoyment? Do they go hand in hand? Self-discipline and enjoyment.
Can
Yes
I go
no.
first?
Yes, you can.
Okay, ma'am. I think we're having a PBL moment now. Everybody's engaged. Yes, ma'am.
I would say no. There's no chaos in enjoyment, if I may put it that way. It depends on how the teacher has planned his or her lesson. When the learners are fully engaged in the lesson, enjoying themselves, they cannot be chaotic. They cannot be on their desks. It depends on how we have planned our lesson. It boils back to planning, if I may put it that way. Plan your lesson, involve them, even in your mind as you are planning your lesson. If this comes in, what would I do? If this comes in, if there are disturbances, what would I do? There cannot be any chaos if the learners are fully engaged in learning.
Thank you very much,
enjoy themselves.
Mr. Nkosi, your input on that?
Although I can say discipline is the cornerstone of the success of the learning, I'm not so strict when it comes to them being hyperactive, playing on the desk, because at the end of the day, they have to enjoy. Enjoyment must be one of the things that they have to achieve through this PPL. Thank you.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please don't forget to punch in the questions in the chat box so that we can read them out and engage further on this topic. What is the connection between learners trying again and again and again, and they don't get it right, and the experience of learning, of enjoying the process? You have that learner that will try and try and try, still not get it, and try and try and try. How do you feel about seeing a learner independently do that without even involving the teacher?
Can I start first, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
No, can,
Today
because
I'm the
recently,
teacher.
yes, recently we were having our market day, entrepreneurship day.
Mm,
So I will say this has to be done with a try and error. Give
mm,
them space to try something, even if it's new. They must try, but
definitely.
they must not fail to try. Because at the end of the day, enjoying and the success of all this is to try and error.
Definitely, sir. I totally agree with you. Ma'am?
I would say, I think trying and trial and error, as Samuel has just said, that's the gist of it. They enjoy themselves because they see their mistakes, they learn from them. So when they redo things, reattempt to do this thing until they succeed, that's where they get fulfillment, and then they enjoy this particular lesson.
Definitely.
I've
That
had
is so true. You've had,
okay,
ma'am, sorry.
an example. I've had a learner who had a problem with measurement. He could
Mm,
measure, but he did not know where to start measuring in his ruler. But seeing that he has gotten the wrong measurement, he was asking himself, why are my measurements wrong? And then he
mm,
will move around asking other learners, how did you do it? Why am I always getting this wrong measurement?
mm.
Until he was able to get the correct measurement, and he came back running. He was laughing all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Ma'am, I got this right. I got this right. He realized that where he went wrong, and he learned from the mistake he had made.
Wow. That's the enjoyment that we're talking about. That is a perfect example of what exactly we're trying to emphasize today. Getting that aha moment. It's not about the noise, the chaos, but actually saying, wow, finally I'm getting it today. I'm totally loving this conversation. Susie, do you have any questions for me in the chat box?
Not at the moment. I think we've got some on the list though.
Okay. So this one, a lot of people say, why do you have to convince teachers? But we feel like we have to tell teachers about a special classroom. What would you say to teachers who have never implemented aspects of special? You've mentioned iteration, trying and trying again. We've spoken about curiosity, the learner asking why. We've spoken about active engagement, the grade 7 learners actually going out there and doing research and bringing the information. So what would you say to a teacher who hasn't tried special?
I'll convince my colleague to please try a special classroom because it unlocks the fellow learners' potential. I'm happy because my colleague on the other side has mentioned the levels of understanding of our learners because that will leverage the playing field for the learners. No one will feel that I'm left behind as far as the content in the lesson is concerned. So my take is that I will, if times can permit, I will organize a development session with my colleagues to try this departmental initiative of PPL because I see the future in it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. A few things I would like to say about these projects that we're lucky to be embarking on. It encourages our learners to use anything and everything around them to solve real problems, and it encourages them to be social. Even those who are shy, you'll see them engaging with one another during group work. even if they have nothing to say or to offer, they will ask questions. Why are we doing this? Why? Is this how it should be done? You know, one of the learners even came to me and said, they are not taking my opinions seriously. They just dismiss them. And it was just hard feeling. I was just heartfelt because I looked at him. Are you saying they're not, they are ignoring you? And I went back to the group and they said, we did not understand. And I said, tell him politely that maybe he should rephrase because everyone wants to be engaged. Using anything around them to solve problems is the main thing about this PPL. The scarcity of things, we do not look at it, but we try and look at what we have in abundance due to PPL.
Definitely. Thank you so much for them. So I'm just going to quickly flip the script a bit and ask you if you as the teacher are enjoying project-based learning. I know we've spoken about the learners. We've seen what they do. What about the teacher in front of the class, implementing PBL for the first time in front of learners that have never heard of project-based learning? How do you feel about project-based learning? How has it helped you? How are you enjoying it? Because we are talking about enjoyment today.
Samuel.
Mr. Nkosi?
Definitely, sis. I have enjoyed.
I'm loving this. Yes, Mr. Nkosi?
Definitely, I've enjoyed it and looking forward in other years to come with those challenges, because year in, year out, we are given different projects. Just for a fun side, after we've gone through the project in grade 7, as well as in grade 4, my learners, after finishing the task, they came up to me and asked if really can I give other projects. I said, no, for the year is complete. But they say we enjoy it very, very much. So that shows that this thing, if the department can enhance it and spread it across, I think it will reach the ultimate satisfaction of the parents, that is the learners, as well as the product community. Thank you. But I have really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, sir. Ma'am, I see you are itching to give me feedback.
I am enjoying myself, although it was a bit touch and go at the beginning, but now I'm enjoying myself. But the main reason is seeing my struggling learners trying. You know, the fulfillment I have when I see them trying. It's the main thing. So it motivates me. It encourages me to do better each day, and to be out there trying to make this PPL something successful and something that everyone can embark on. It really is supporting every subject that I teach, not just the subjects that we have projects on. I use it even in social sciences. I use it in mathematics. So it's enjoyable. I am enjoying myself.
Well, thank you so much, ma'am. It's lovely to actually talk to a teacher and see them smiling and say, I actually love being in the classroom. I love what I'm seeing in the classroom. I love the results that I'm getting for the classroom. You know, for me, back in the days when I used to be a teacher, I always preached that level 7 learners don't need me. The learners that are getting 75%, 80% in their classrooms don't need me. My biggest concern is the ones that are getting level 1, level 2, level 3. You know, those are the ones that actually need me to sit next to them and actually take them through. But with what you are saying,
Exactly.
I get a sense of that they don't actually need me. They just needed me to teach them differently and make them enjoy the lesson so that they can ask the question why, like Mr. Nkosi is saying, and actually to involve them and also give them that independence of going around and learning from their peers. So I can safely say that we are actually changing bit by bit and moving in the direction that will accommodate all of our learners and actually help us achieve the goal that we're all aiming for, which is a learner that is holistically developed, be it in mathematics, science, creative arts. We are actually giving them the opportunity to be independent and to learn with what they see and what they get and what is in front of them. One thing that you also mentioned, ma'am, you touched on a very important thing, that project-based learning is all about a solution-seeking mindset. We are solving problems. So imagine people are solving problems, but they are enjoying themselves at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are killing two birds with one stone. Ladies and gentlemen, I am enjoying myself. I can see we are 2 minutes away from closing, and I don't know if we have any questions again from the chat box. Susie? I don't think we have any questions.
No, not at this time.
Not at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, why are you holding back? I just wanted us to just chip in and give our input of what we had today, because our panel really shared some interesting stories and I love the feedback that I got. But this has been absolutely fascinating, and I am sure that the teachers who are here have found this very useful. I just want to remind everyone again in this conversation that we can continue on Teacher Connect Lounge, which is our online platform. Please just click on community and engage with us. Share with us your ideas or what you've encountered in your classroom, what you've heard today, and so forth. Before we close, if you have not done so, please sign up on our online course training. The course itself will just take you 10 hours. Believe me, it's quite easy and very enjoyable. And remember, you can actually get S.P.E.C.I.A.L points. You apply for CPTD points after completing the course. Just 10 hours, not a lot. And lastly, we invite you to set aside some time on the 19th of October. We will be talking about celebrating teachers. So please do come in, join us, and hear what we think of teachers and how we can celebrate you. Between now and then, connect with us, Teacher Connect Launch, bring your questions, your insights, and share with others. Thank you again for your time. It was great having you here to our panel. Thank you so much for joining us and just giving us your insight on what you've been doing in your schools. And to the audience, we look forward to seeing you again on the 19th of October, and have a lovely evening further. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh.